Gentlemen, Assistant Secretary Angelica Escalona, Department of Foreign Affairs spokesperson.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. will be traveling to Busan and Gyeongju, Republic of Korea, from October 30 to November 2, 2025. Upon the invitation of President Lee Jae-myung of the Republic of Korea, the President will be participating in the 32nd APEC Economic Leaders Meeting to be held in Gyeongju. Under the theme, Building a Sustainable Tomorrow, Connect, Innovate, Prosper, the meeting will gather leaders and representatives from APEC's 21 member economies. The President's participation is centered on advancing the Philippines' economic interests, forging deeper ties with APEC members, and reaffirming our commitment to APEC's vision of a more open, prosperous, and dynamic Asia-Pacific in a rapidly transforming regional landscape. The two sessions of the APEC Economic Leaders Meeting are expected to yield 4 outcome documents. These include the Leaders' Declaration, as well as 3 statements on artificial intelligence, on demographic change, and on cultural and creative industries. These topics reflect the priorities set by Korea as this year's APEC host and tackle trends that impact economic growth across the region. Aside from the leaders' meeting, the President will attend the Leaders' Dialogue with the APEC Business Advisory Council, or ABAC. The President is also expected to deliver a speech at the APEC CEO Summit. This gathering brings together representatives from APEC members and top business executives to discuss key economic issues facing the region. Apart from APEC activities, the President will meet with members of the Filipino community in Busan. The President will also have meetings with various business leaders and executives. The President's visit will conclude with a wreath-laying and tree-planting ceremony at the United Nations Memorial Cemetery in Busan in honor of the 7,420 Filipino soldiers who fought during the Korean War as members of the Philippine Expeditionary Forces to Korea. Thank you. I'll be happy to answer a few questions.
First question, Ana Felicia Bajo, GMA News Online.
Morning, ma'am. Ma'am, will the President meet with U.S. President Donald Trump at the sidelines of the summit?
At the moment, there's no scheduled meeting with the U.S. leader.
How about Chinese President Xi Jinping, ma'am?
Also, no scheduled meeting.
Ma'am, pero meron po ba tayong mga wini-work out na bilateral meetings with other global leaders?
We are looking at possibly 2 bilateral meetings, but these are still being finalized.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next question. Any question from members of the media? Katrina Domingo, ABS-CBN.
Good morning, ma'am. Which business leaders is the President expected to have dialogues with?
I cannot state the names of the business leaders, the one-on-one meetings, but they are in priority sectors identified by the Philippines.
May we at least have an idea of these priority sectors?
Manufacturing, for one.
Semiconductors?
Possibly, yes.
So will the President meet with the NVIDIA CEO, Jensen Huang?
I cannot disclose information at this point.
Ma'am, last from my end. Is the DTI or is the economic team working to sign several agreements on the sidelines of the APEC?
I am not sure about the DTI, but what I mentioned earlier, there will be 3 statements, the ones relating to AI, creative industries, and what was the other one? Artificial intelligence.
Follow-up question po. Bakit po hindi, why is there no active push or why is there no at least intention or effort to hold meetings on the sidelines with US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping?
I cannot answer that, but what happens in APEC is that they discuss this pressing issues I'm sure the issues of the uncertainties brought about by the tariffs, they are discussed among the officials of APEC and also with the private sector. They will have dialogues. The leaders will have dialogues with ABAC, the private sector arm of APEC.
Eden Santos, Net25. And then Ann Soberano, Bombo Radyo.
Ma'am, ang Pangulo po ay makikipagkita sa ating mga kababayan dun sa South Korea. May we know po kung ilan yung ating mga Filipino community doon? Ano po yung mga particular na kanilang trabaho sa South Korea?
Meron tayong more than 70,000 Filipinos in Korea and more than 42,000 of them are OFWs. Many of our OFWs work in sectors like manufacturing, agriculture, and fishing. Some of them are professionals, some work in the entertainment sector, as well as household workers.
Ano po ang pinaka-concern ng ating ng Filipino community doon sa Korea?
Wala naman tayong major issues because Korea has very good labor laws. Generally, we're good with Korea.
Thank you po.
Next question, Ann Soberano, Bombo Radyo.
Ma'am, good morning. You mentioned, ma'am, na magde-deliver ng speech si President Marcos sa CEO meeting.
Yes.
Ano po yung inaasahan natin sa speech niya during the CEO meeting? Thank you.
So, dun sa CEO meeting, the meeting actually brings together business leaders and industry decision makers and innovators from the APEC member economies. And ang expected na i-discuss ng ating Pangulo is highlighting new technologies and economic integration.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next question, Bella Calyasio, Philippine Star.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, during dun sa speech ni President Marcos sa Malaysia, naging yung position niya against China. Ine-expect ba natin dito sa APEC magiging ano rin si President Marcos sa kanyang position on China? Especially nga yung ginagawa ng China sa West Philippine Sea.
Well, ito kasing APEC, this is an economic forum. So, political and security issues are not tackled.
So, hindi natin ine-expect, ma'am. Even pressing issue din yung ano, yung like yung pag-harassment na nangyayari. And recently merong reported na merong 2 aircraft ang Philippine Navy na bumagsak. Hindi ba ito magiging topic na i-raise ni President Marcos?
As mentioned, the APEC is an economic forum aimed at facilitating trade and investments and promoting sustainable development. So yung mga issues natin revolving around trade, investment, sustainable development.
Doon na lang, ma'am, sa AI. So anong ini-expect natin na itatakil doon ni President Marcos?
For AI, it's really about aligning this with our national AI strategy because our goal is to establish an artificial intelligent-powered Philippines by 2028. Yung sinabi kanina na APEC Artificial Intelligence Initiative ng APEC, this is will help us, the Philippines, take an active part in shaping how AI is used across the region naman in ways that are innovation-friendly, safe, transparent, and fair.
Question from Eden Santos again, Net25.
Okay. Ma'am, alam naman po natin ngayon kung anong kinakaharap na malaking problema ng Pilipinas na po tungkol dito sa korupsyon. Are we expecting po na ang Pangulo ay makakapag-encourage ng investment pledges mula po dito sa pagdalo niya sa APEC since meron din po siyang pakikipagpulong sa mga business leaders?
Yes, these are opportunities for us to get more investments from Korea, the Republic of Korea.
Meron na pong pahayag po ng willingness na mag-invest po dito despite the fact po na yun nga ay sinasabing matindi po yung korupsyon dito sa ating bansa. At meron pang napaulat before kung ito ba ay, kung totoo ito hindi, na nag-urong ng parang loan or something ang South Korea sa Pilipinas po dahil sa kanilang pangamba sa korupsyon?
Yung issue na yon, yung sa alleged loan, we consider that a closed matter. The Republic of Korea has issued a clarification on this. At sinabi na rin ng Korea, they reassured us of their support for advancing development cooperation with the Philippines.
So hindi po makakaapekto itong issue ng korupsyon para po hikayat pa ang Pangulo ng mga bagong investment dito sa Pilipinas?
We do not really see it because what is happening now is really an expression of our democracy, what happens in our country, and patuloy din naman ang interest in the Philippines on the economic side.
Last two question, Ivy Reyes, Billionaire.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. Experts say that Washington's foreign policy doesn't go very well with APEC's multilateralism principle. What are we expecting from the U.S., even without President Trump's attendance since hindi pa po confirmed?
Naku, we will have to defer to the DTI on that. But our position as a developing country, we are for multilateralism and we support the WTO.
Last question from Bella Calisio, Philippine Star.
Cardiaso po. Ma'am, balikan ko lang yung question ni Eden regarding sa corruption. Admittedly, ma'am, medyo bumababa ang confidence ng ating mga investors. Inaasahan ba natin na sa APEC na i-assure ni President Marcos na talagang ina-address yung issue ng corruption, especially yung business confidence talaga affected dahil nga sa corruption scandal dito sa atin?
I cannot preempt what the Philippine president will say during the APEC meeting.
Okay. That is the last question, Sec Escalona. Thank you so much. Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps.
Maraming salamat po sa Malacanang Press Corps. Thank you, PCO. Isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.